Welcome, Libra, to Sweet Tree of Life Tarot. Thank you for joining me today. It's reading for June 2022. Welcome, beautiful air sign. Let's go ahead and start the reading. It's basically a spread that's kind of like, it's pretty much like a Tree of Life spread where the top of the tree basically tells you it's like the heavens, and you go down the tree into the trunk and then the roots, which is like the earth, and it kind of tells you that the heavens do reflect what's on the earth, and the earth reflects what's going on in heaven, and they kind of affect each other as well. So let's go ahead and see how this works with this reading for this month. Right here it tells me what the issue is, which is Major Arcana card, Strength card. Because it is in a number one position, it's considered to be upside down. For this particular case, it is kind of showing that some of you Libras are maybe feeling a little bit weak in as far as strength goes, but not physically weak, more like mind or maybe spiritually weak. For some of you, it might actually be physically weak, but for the most part, the strength card tends to relate to, more of a mindset. So possibly also some of you are feeling just kind of tired or drained and vulnerable. So it kind of gives you that kind of a short fuse where you're kind of maybe lashing out on some people, either because of, being so tired or having a sense of fear about something or insecurity about something. So just kind of keep an eye on that. Don't feel, trying to feel insecure and lash it out on others. Let's see what the rest of the reading says and see how we can fix that. The King of Pentacles here is very much earthly sign. He's a sign of prosperity, success, ambition, security. He's reliable, generous, and skillful. So a lot of positives about him. So the drive that keeps kind of keeping you go forward is that loving and kindness in yourself, that that compassion that you have, that prosperity, that success. So it's if you're very financially stable, it seems like, or in a good place, stability as far as financial stability. Right here on what you've kind of created or has been created around you. It was a Nine of Swords, and I'm sorry you have to go through this guilt, a feeling of anguish and regret for some of you. Some of them has been maybe possibly gone to the point of despair. Maybe that's why you're kind of lashing out as well, because of that fear and insecurity. However, as you can see here, she's kind of paralyzed by fear and doubt, unable to move forward. But because it is a Nine of Swords, it's kind of, and the birds are kind of just watching or trying to say, hey, it's time to get up. The ravens here, or the crows, are here to like say, get up now, just pick up that last sword and keep going, because the light of hope's already shining through. So please, get up and keep going. It's time to start, healing if you haven't started already. So that's kind of very indicative of that you've started to heal. For right here, we have what's giving you the energy to build. It's a Three of Wands. It's a very much a fire sign with the wands, so it's giving you that energy to keep going forward. And this card's much of a card of exploration, adventure, kind of visionary. That's why she has that orb there, the crystal orb, and just kind of endless possibilities. You're just looking forward to that. You could be in a business partnership as well. So you're kind of waiting to see what those rewards are, because you've invested so much time and energy, as you can see here, with all the stability of the hard work that the king did. Right here, the Three of Wands also shows, you've invested time, diligence, passion. You just now seeing to see what the road ahead is going to bring you. What kind of rewards am I getting? That's basically what you're looking at. But you're going in with a positive energy, which is great. Now, what do you need to dissolve? Well, right here we have the King of Cups. Usually he's a very positive king, but because it is a King of Cups in the area that you need to dissolve something, I do have to make it as if it was in the reverse. So this could be dealing with a water sign as well. It could be your partner. What in this relationship do you need to dissolve, maybe with your partner, right? The partner that this is relating to, whether it be a business partner, romantic partner. Um, it looks like because it is cups, it looks like it's a water sign. It could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So let's see, it's basically, because it is in this position, it's telling me, that there might be somebody being overprotective and overly emotional, kind of swayed by sentiment instead of having the stability that the king usually does. So they're kind of, what can also be for some of you, maybe you're prone to spoiling your loved ones. and taking care of them to the point of where you're kind of like become over dependent on you. So remember, you have to give them that sense of self-reliance as well. Otherwise, they won't be able to focus in the future, right? And they're just being over dependent, counting on you for everything. So that's not a good thing to do. So you do have to find that balance and having them be accountable for their own things. And that way, if they do fail, you're there to catch them and help them back up, because they need to survive on their own as well. So it's basically for those of you that are kind of being a little bit too overly protective, a little bit too spoiling of your loved ones and taking care of them. You also have to learn how to teach them how to take care of themselves. So this is something that you're kind of having to dissolve that sense of being over spoiling someone. And if it's in a partnership, it could be somebody that's being overprotective or over emotional. So that's kind of something you'd want to kind of, look at and see what you can talk about and kind of fix. Now, right here in the center of the reading, kind of like the synergy of the whole reading here, of all the cards, it's a Two of Cups. Very beautiful card. Of course, a lover's card. It's a very happy card, very positive, and it is in the center. It kind of radiates, basically representing a connection, attraction, or a common bond with your loved one, with your partner. And for those of you that already have a partner, and maybe have had this situation here where you're kind of struggling with them and they're kind of trying to figure that out because you're kind of sad about something, there might be a truce coming in or forgiving of someone close to you. So it could be their partner, it could be a friend. Of course, you have the full moon here, but it doesn't illuminate all your path. So you do have to count on your intuition and your faith to see which direction to go to, as far as, who is it that you're trying to have this truce with, or who is it that you have this connection with that you're kind of trying to fix. Right here, and then the victory position, you have the Knight of Cups. Now, the moon's here as well, so it doesn't light all his paths. So you do have to count again on your intuition, on your faith, kind of reflect to see what decision you're going to make. But the King Knight of Cups, he's usually very gallant, very chivalrous, very sensitive and strong. He's very passionate and romantic. However, he can be ruled by his heart, so you have to be careful that when you're trying to get this victory with a situation, that you're not overly sensitive and and that you're more stable, because the King of Cups does tend to be a little bit more ruled by his heart and not by his head. So he could just jump from one thing to another. So in this position here, just cautions you against that. So you don't jump from one thing in another. You stay focused in order to be able to reach that goal that you've been trying to reach. In the number 8 position, we have reveals what you want. It's the 8 of Wands. It's what you want here. With the 8 of Wands, it usually represents finishing a project, having that decisive action that you want to make, receiving a message to reach that goal as well. And it's basically like they're just running down, these unicorns are just running down the hill, stampeding. Nothing's going to get in their way. So you're very strong-willed that you can do this. If you want to really reach that goal in that project. And part of reaching that goal in projects, having a bit more focus and using your head more than your heart, and making that sure that you're kind of stable and not kind of jumping from one thing to another. Right here in the trunk of the tree, this represents how others see you or how you see yourself. We have the Major Arcana card, a beautiful card, the Empress. She's very much represents femininity, abundance, nurturing, harmony, fertility, obviously with being pregnant, and also with the fruits of the tree here with the pomegranates, and her foot in the foot in the river of life, and and all the transformation of the butterflies in life. And this is, of course, the staff here of life everlasting as well. So it's very positive, very life-giving, very birth related. Some of you might be having a birth as well, and some of you also might be not birthing something in someone, but actually birthing something, meaning you might be starting something new, which is maybe that project you want to complete. You want to bring that to fruition, to birth, full birth kind of thing. So definitely a very positive card. But this is how others see you, very much mother figure, very much a nurturer, or this is how you see yourself as well. So now right here in the number 10 position, we have the outcome and and what's kind of radiating out. So we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles here is obviously a card of giving and receiving in the form of material wealth, because it is earthly. The Pentacles are very much earth sign. And also, for some of you that might be giving and receiving in material positions, it could be actually an actual loan, or if it's not physical, it could be possibly knowledge or emotional support that you're giving and getting. So you're having that friendship here, or that relationship where you're giving and getting. So that's very positive. You can see how she shares her wealth with the little hungry birds. She's very giving in that way as well. So you're kind of radiating that sense of giving and receiving, not just for yourself, but for others. Now, right here we have the column of severity. Over here we have the column of mercy. And in the middle we have the pillar, basically the pillar of harmony, the column of harmony. So this pillar of harmony, basically, if I go in the reverse, kind of gives you a few more hints on how to solve the situation here. Basically, the Six of Pentacles, like we said, you have to keep that giving and receiving, that nurturing side of you. Have to stay focused, though. Don't be fickle, like the King of Cups, Knight of Cups. And then, of course, keep going forward, keep that positive stride, count on your friends, faith, intuition, with the decisions you're going to make. That you kind of look to see how fruitful this is going to be. Again, the fruitfulness there, and also the fruitfulness of all the hard work that you've put into everything. And of course, with the King of Cups, you want to make sure that you're not swayed too easily by sentiment, by over spoiling others as well, or being overprotective, or being too overprotective over you as well. And then, of course, it's time to get up and create that sense of moving forward in order to turn this strength card into the upright position and let it be that inner strength that you have, like they do with the lion, and the sense of visionary, being a visionary, like with the birds and the orb, and just kind of having that inner strength of mind and spirit and body. I hope this has been a helpful reading for you. I hope it brings you lots of peace in the rest of the month, and maybe giving you a new perspective on how to attain that peace and how to attain that healing that you've been going through. And I am available for readings. I am doing a raffling off a free reading at the end of the month for all the subscribers. So everybody that subscribes to my channel, I'll be picking one person to choose a reading for the month of July. And that'll be my gift to that person that wins. So please do subscribe, like my channel, let me know that you want me to continue making these videos. And I hope to see you here in July. And again, I am still available for personal readings if anybody wants one. And I do thank you for your time. And I wish you lots of peace, love, and light. Thank you, and see you soon.